Hey everyone, Donnie here with GameLeap.com and bringing you another little episode of our vlog. What I wanted to cover today, and I hope you've been enjoying the content that we've been putting out, our Timber Saw and Disruptor guides that came out this week, and we've got another BSJ video coming, which is going to be on laning as a carry and the mechanics that go into that. It's a little bit of a longer guide, a little bit more in depth, and it's being currently put out on our website. So I'm going to give you guys a little intro video to that probably tomorrow or the next day. Anyway, this vlog, what I wanted to talk about was something that I've been dealing with a little bit in my Dota path, and I've seen a lot of comments on it on some of our recent videos, especially the Brax video about climbing MMR and expectations. There's a lot of talk about, frustration in the climb, and so I wanted to address that a little bit and talk about maybe some better methods to practice and how to use your time better and more efficiently when you're trying to climb the MMR ladder. And so to do that, I'm going to draw a little bit on my experience as a coach in sports and just in general how I find the most effective use of time is. So everybody, is familiar with the path of like a Miracle or some of these really high MMR grinders that just spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours playing Dota. And a lot of people think that, that's all they need to do to get better, is just put in as much time as possible to the game and then you will become great. And the thing is a lot of people just don't have that time. And so it can be really frustrating as a player who's trying to get better if your only path is to just play Dota. And so what I wanted to introduce to you guys is that maybe that's not actually the best way. There's the saying of smarter, not harder work is the best way to go. And I think in this case that might actually be true. The thing is, if you're playing frustrated and you're always just looking for that next plus 25 MMR as the only goal, you're going to find a lot less enjoyment in the game, I think, because you're not actually enjoying the whole process. You're only looking towards the future. And you're only looking for that sort of validation of your skill by, plus 25, good game, or minus 25, bad game. And the thing is if you chalk it up to just sort of that binary black and white result, you're not looking at all the growth or potential deficiencies in your game as you are playing. And it's very easy to then blame teammates or blame a bad draft or whatever, and kind of fall into that victim mentality of I didn't get my plus 25, therefore something went wrong, and it was out of my control. It was the Peruvians. It was the people that didn't speak my language. It was the 5 carry draft. And the fact is, if you look at each game individually, there are so many moments where that game could have gone one way or the other. And so just simply looking at it as one factor that determined whether you won or lost is just really, really kind of closed-minded and almost ignorant. So what I wanted to maybe propose is that instead of just grinding games looking for that plus 25 MMR, maybe take a step back. I know personally that when I have played, like I've had my marathon Dota days where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit that next level. I'm gonna just play all day, and I play like 17 or 18 games of Dota in a day, and almost always I end up with a 50% winning rate on that day. I'll win 9 games and lose 9 games. And that's super frustrating. It feels like you wasted your whole day, and kind of in some sense you did, because instead of playing those last 10 games, maybe all I needed to do was play 9. Maybe I only needed to play 5. Sometimes I'll start out winning 5 games in a row, and then the rest of the day is just me up and down, up and down, up and down, and then I have a loss streak to bring me back to even. And if I just stopped after winning those first 5 games, I would be significantly farther ahead in MMR than I ended up. And really, maybe the better use of my time is to, play those 5 games, win them, play a 6-game, lose, and then instead of queuing again and being frustrated that, oh man, now I need to win another game to get the MMR back that I just lost, maybe I need to look at my replay and figure out why I lost. Even maybe I had 4 toxic teammates and a bad draft on that 6th game, and I lost, and they definitely didn't help me win. But maybe there's something that I could have learned if I had gone back and watched the replay instead of just saying, all right, teammates sucked, game sucked, on to the next one. Because I guarantee you I made mistakes. I guarantee you make mistakes in games where you lose, even if it only seems like it's your teammates' fault. And so, you know, maybe instead of queuing, maybe I should watch a guide. Maybe you should watch a guide. Maybe you should do a little, read a guide. Maybe you should watch a replay and break it down. And instead of attacking the whole game as this big, super complicated thing, maybe focus on one area. Maybe the laning stage was weak. Maybe the warding was weak. Maybe your rotations were weak. You know, like I said, there's so many turning points in every single game that you can focus on, that taking just the whole picture and the broad picture approach and just playing a game and then playing another game and never looking at the details of what have brought you to success or failure is a really good way to kind of waste your time. And I guarantee you that guys like Miracle and Arteezy and all these super high MMR pros have spent time looking at their games. And, you know, even if they haven't, maybe they learn more during the game than I do, or anybody. Who knows? It's kind of hard to say. But what I've found from, and this has been proven through science, is that if you're frustrated going into your next game, you're going to perform a lot worse. You know, if your head is not in the game positively, if you're focused on outside factors of living in the future of what could happen, or living in the past of what did happen, it's really hard to perform up to your 100% optimal performance. So the next time that you're feeling frustrated in a game or after a game, you know, take a moment, step back, do something else. That could be even as simple as going outside and taking a walk. Even just stopping Dota altogether. Go outside, kind of digest the experience, get some sun, play with your dog, get some food, whatever. Just take a break, come back to it later, and instead of bashing your head against the wall and just playing, try to train a little bit smarter. So that's it for today, guys. I think that the next vlog that I'll do is going to be a little bit of how to use the GameLeap service. I'm gonna maybe watch a guide for you guys, take some notes, show you how I use GameLeap to improve my game, and maybe you guys can learn something from that. So as always, if you have any suggestions, comments, questions, leave them in the comments below. Tweet us at GameLeap on Twitter. I'm really enjoying interacting with everybody, and I'd like to know, you know, more of your stories of how you improve Dota. So go ahead and leave us a comment, give us a subscribe and a thumbs up if you like the video, and we'll see you next time. All right, peace and game on.